our spirit? What is it? Where does it go? Are we able to see them using our mind's eye? If so, just what can spirit teach us? Welcome to School Through Spirit. Host DeEtte Ranae is a certified psychic medium and master teacher of psychic and mediumship development through LWISSD. DeEtte was born knowing spirit and now is here to help you better understand the spirit world. And now your host, DeEtte Ranae.
Good Monday morning, everybody. This is DeEtte here, School Through Spirit with the Edge Network, coming to you each week to bring a little bit of spiritual awareness into your daily living. Sorry, I'm late today. Literally was about to get online and cut myself. I'm trying to get the bleeding to stop. But that's okay. The show still goes on. So as we know, each week we do bring a little bit of spiritual awareness. We bring on Neil Donald Walsh's book for some inspiration, and we go from there. We just ask spirit for a whole lot. At the end of the hour, the last half of the hour, we have a 5-card stud, which is a highlight. Hello, Tim. Which is a highlighted deck that has been sent to me. This week is the Priestess Oracle, Divine Light Codes of Ancient Egypt. I have been trying to figure out who created this deck, and I think it's going to be in the middle of it somewhere. Oh, Sophie Sun, and it says Earth Moon Magic LLC. So there we go. There you go. I think it's it. I tilted so much. There we go, though, guys. I'm really super curious about this deck. So we're gonna see what happens when that one comes out. Sorry, I'm moving, like I said, a little bit slow just because trying to get the bleeding on this hand to stop. You know you got older skin when all of a sudden it just does it. So where are we going today? You know what? It says release your negativities. I think we've talked about this before, okay? Apparently we need more of it. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's figure this out. It says release your negativities. Essential truth. Feelings are neither negative nor destructive. They're simply truths. Okay, I agree. How you express your truth is what matters. You cannot take responsibility for how well another accepts your truth. You can only assume how well it is communicated with love, compassion, sensitivity. So express what you call your most negative feelings, but not destructively. Remember that negativity is never a sign of ultimate truth, even if it seems like your truth at the moment. It always arises out of an unhealed part of you, which is why it is so important to get these negativities out, to release them. Failure to express, that is, push out negative feelings, does not make them go away. It keeps them in. Negativity kept in harms the body and burdens the soul. Now, it's funny because I do know we've talked about this before, and I don't really know how long ago we talked about this, but I know we've talked about this. But I feel like we're going to take this in a different light today, a different area, okay? Because I know I've been dealing with this lately. I've been dealing with a lot of this lately. And so I really want to kind of hit on, not necessarily the releasing the negativity in the way that we normally look at it, but in a different aspect, okay? Because more often than not in the last week, I have told people that your frustration is your frustration. It's your frustration because somebody else isn't doing something the way you want them to do it. You have a preconceived idea of how something has to occur. And if it's not occurring the way you want it to, you're going to become negative. You're going to become frustrated. You're going to go, ugh. And sometimes it takes a moment to let that go. And you kind of have to stop and go, okay, why am I negative about this? Why am I feeling this way? Okay, because it's a good way. It's a good way to understand, because a lot of times people go to me, but DeEtte, I don't understand what you're talking about. I don't get it. And I will talk to Spirit. Spirit, give me 15 different ways to get this conversation. And this is one of those, because it occurs with me all the time, more than I ever like to think that it occurs, but it does. I'm sure it's going to occur until the day I die. But when I'm involved in something, even if I'm a passerby in my own family and overhear something, I'll get frustrated or bothered or upset or whatever it is I'm feeling at that moment about something that's being said or how somebody's making a decision on something. And I have to go, why? Not, but it's not the why are they choosing to do it that way? It's why am I bothered? Why is this affecting me? And I don't even put in the negativity. I don't put in the why is this affecting me negatively. It's just why is this affecting me? And I had to go back and go, I need to be the one that figures out why. Because honestly, what they are or not doing is really none of my business. I mean, honestly, guys, at the end of the day, if it's not happening with you, it is none of your darn business. So why is something that has nothing to do with you? And sometimes you have to kind of go inwards and go, where's this coming from? Where did this start? Now I will tell you that those are key words right there. Where did this start? Because so often, and it's incredible. It's incredible because like I read for somebody not that long ago, and I remember it was a reading, but it really was much more soul coaching. And I even looked at the lady and I went, you know what? Hmm. If you want bells and whistles and fluffy, you need to go to another medium. I am not the person for you. I can tell you that right now. I said, because what I'm receiving and what I'm about to give is going to be deep, it's going to be hardcore, and it's going to be in your face. And she looked at me and she said, I can take anything. There's a reason why I sat down with you. And I thought, oh boy, girl, you better just hold on tight because it's coming. Because Spirit was saying, enough is enough, because she was hiding in fear. And she looked at me, she goes, not so much. I don't think so. She goes, because, I've tackled it all. And I said, well, I like to disagree with you. I said, because all I have is fear. I am looking at you and you look like you're a tough woman, like you got balls to the wall type of woman. But you're inside, you're terrified. I said, so that's where I need to go find it. I need to go find out the core. Why in here at the core? It's not everything out here. I said, you have dealt with everything else in your life. You've dealt with different addictions. You've dealt with weight. You've dealt with everything that you put this amazing shield in front of your body with, because that's what we do. Drugs, alcohol, weight, you know, these things that we do that are not really constructive to ours become armor. They become this, look at this, not at this. It's our protection. And I looked at her and I said, darling, I said, let's go in. She said, okay, go for it. And I looked at her and I said, this fear is really deep. I said, because it is before all of your addictive behavior showed up. We're going back into childhood. And I said, we're not going to be Freud here. We're not looking at mommy and daddy issues, although they might be, but that's not where we're going. We're going into something that happened to you that's really deep, that instantly made you afraid, and you couldn't protect yourself. And therefore, you created a concept of different ways to protect yourself throughout life. Instant tears. Instant. Because she remembered the moment. She remembered the moment that she became afraid. And she goes, I thought I dealt with him. I said, you might have dealt with him, but you didn't deal with him here. And that is, I can't protect myself here. Because as people, when we feel vulnerable, when we feel like we cannot protect ourselves, we will do things to put up protection. Okay? And that becomes very negative to us. Okay, please your negativity. So even, and those are grandiose things, those are larger things. But when we get upset with people, when, in the smaller aspects of things, when you are walking by a room or you're in a discussion with somebody and you start to feel very, unsettled, you have to stop and go, where's this coming from? Because it's coming from a core issue. It's coming, just like with her, it's coming from a core issue. It's coming from someplace really deep inside that literally says, I got an issue in me that I've never dealt with before. Because we're not born into frustration. We're not born into, oh my gosh, my mommy's not heating my bottle up right. We're just not born into that. That's created, and it's created over time. And sometimes it's really hard. Sometimes it's really hard to go, oh my gosh, where did this come from? Where did this stem from? Sorry, doctorate it now. Maybe not. Oh, still bleeding. Um, we have to kind of stop and go, why am I bothered by this? And I will tell you what, I do it instantly. I don't wait until later. You know what? If I start to feel bothered by a conversation or something that's happened around me, I literally exit my mind out of the conversation because honestly, I'm no good in the conversation anyway. I exit out of it in my mind and I literally go, why is this bothering me? Why is this affecting me? What is going on with me that their way of doing something is really irritating? And in that moment, it'll take me to my struggles, my um ugh, this hurts. It'll take me to those moments in life where you got to go, this happened or that happened or something else happened that puts you in that place where you're going, you didn't feel right about it the first time. You didn't feel right about it. It affected you negatively the first time. Even if becomes a control issue, even if at the end of the day you go, what it feels like is I don't have control, and that's why I'm bothered by it. You have to stop and go, wait a second. When did I feel that not having control became an issue? Because quite frankly, guys, I'll tell you what, we don't have control of anything. We really don't, just yourselves. And even within that, we don't have much control. So we have to stop and go, okay, what is my core issue? This isn't, if you notice, we're not going into the dark night of soul. We're not going into shadow work. We're not going into all that very heavy stuff. Okay. Does that need to be done sometimes? Yes. But this is everyday maintenance. This is everyday maintenance of releasing those negativities, releasing those core issues. Um, because I will tell you, this is what happens for me. It may happen different for you, but this is what happens for me. If I start to feel frustrated within a conversation and I X out, but I don't pay attention to what's going on with me because I go, oh, I'll deal with this later, blah, 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 and keep moving on with my life. Whether it's like I'm going to deal with this later with myself, I'm going to talk to my friends and gossip all day long, or I'm going to go to my counselor with it. The problem is it becomes drama. It becomes drama in your head. It becomes drama in your heart. And then all you're doing is relaying a drama feeling, and you're relaying the situation that was bothering you. But what you're not doing is going to source, which is you, to figure out why this bothered you, why this became negative. Okay. And again, there's that word negative. So it's kind of looking at yourself and going, why am I sitting in this place? What is happening? This is bothering me. And dealing with it immediately. Because when we start to deal with things immediately, when we start to deal with them on the spot, it changes you. It changes the outcome of you. Okay. You are permanently shifted and permanently changed. And people look at me going, yeah, I don't think so much. And I go, yeah, well, try it. Try it sometime. Okay, try it again. Just burned the first time and it made it bleed more. See if it'll work better this time. So try it. Say the next time you're in a conversation, which will probably be today, or you're doing something, which will be today. And all of a sudden, you get a feeling that sets you off your basis. It doesn't have to be grandiose. It can be just the slightest going, oh, God, I don't like this. Okay? We are taught if we don't like it to run. We are taught if we don't like it to fight, to stand up for ourselves, to do all those things. But I want you to sit there and go, why is this bothering me? Literally in that moment, think to your head, why is this bothering me? Go to the first thing that it trips. What's the first thing? Is it control? Is it you've tried it and it didn't work? Good morning, Keith. Is it something negative has happened to you that this reminds you of? There's a million things that it could be, okay? But when we start paying attention to those things immediately, okay? When we start paying attention to that immediate, this is what's bothered me, this is what's affected me, this is what's going on, this is why I'm feeling this way. What ends up happening is we end up shifting our focus because we're no longer sitting in a wounded space. We're no longer sitting there going, hey, good morning, Andrea. We're no longer sitting in the space going, hey, you too, Keith, because you're releasing it. You're going inward and you're going, hey, I didn't realize this was bothering me. I didn't realize this was affecting me. I didn't realize I was still holding on to this. Because so often what happens is we do think we dealt with it. We think we've gone back because we've done our shadow work. We've gone inward. We've fixed it all. We went to our 10 years of counseling, or we did our we did our job there. We gave our time. But yet, still broken. And it is because we always try to deal with things later, or we miss things. So often when we're looking at the negativities, we're looking at, these huge, great, ginormous things that we go, wow, this is intense. How am I ever going to get through this? How am I ever going to release this? And sometimes it's the smallest of things that really you never dealt with. It's petty. That's the way we look at it. It's petty. I'm dealing with the big stuff. The small stuff's going to go away. Yeah, it's the small stuff that gets you all the time. And I'm going to tell you a great way to, I'm not going to say ex-nay shadow work, but make shadow work a lot easier to deal with or a lot easier to get through, is to start to deal with the everyday nuisances, the everyday negativities, the everyday thoughts that go through your mind. You sit there and think to yourself, wow, this is bothering me. I have a control issue. And I'm going to let go of this control issue. Why? Because I'm going to go back to where the first thought I have when I didn't feel like I had control or felt like I had to become a badass, whatever that means. And you start to release that. And when you release that, you're changed. You think a little differently. You're a little bit lighter. You don't have so much tightness in your chest. Now, it doesn't mean you're cured, not at all, but it means a little bit was set free, which is pretty amazing. Now, if you do that every time you're bothered or you're frustrated by something, all of a sudden you're really chiseling out the shadow work. You're getting rid of it. You're getting rid of a lot of it because you're slowly taking it away. Every day you're taking another little piece. You're letting it go. And the cool thing about that is when you're doing that, when you're going through this process, what is happening is you're starting to change the way you look at life, the way you receive things. Okay? People with self-esteem issues, aka me, self-esteem, self-worth, and I'm going to pick on those because I think a lot of people have them. And it never seems to be one thing that created the issue. Never seems to be one thing. Okay? So it's the first time you look in the mirror or you feel as if you can't do something by yourself, or you feel like you're not good enough, or you feel like you don't look great and stuff, or whatever the 101 things it could be. And you get that negative thought. That thought that says, I don't look good. I can't do this. I'm not capable of doing this. I'm afraid to do this. Any of that negativity. Stop yourself and go, why? Just really quick, why? What's the first thing that comes to your head? Is it because I'm insecure? Okay, if I'm insecure, when did I become insecure? Go back to the first memory. Life begins to make sense for you because you're going back to those memories. You're going back to the core. You're going back to when it was created. When you go back to when it was created, you start to understand and you start to explore it and you start to release it. And then it's easier to move on. Now, the next time it happens, because it'll happen again, because we are people that take a hot minute. I can't believe this is still bleeding. We take a hot minute. So what happens is it's going to come up again. Trust me. There's never a miracle cure overnight. It's going to happen again. And you go back and you go, The next time it happens, you think again. It probably is not going to take you back to that same memory. It'll take you back to an earlier memory or a later memory or a memory that has to do with a moment in time where you felt that way again. Now, this is not going down a rabbit hole of every single memory every time. This is going to one memory. Let go of it. See the pattern? Each one you're going to let go of. And the cool thing is although this sounds tedious, you're doing it over time. You're letting that go. A little bit here and a little bit there and a little bit everywhere because you're letting it go over time. And then all of a sudden, those bigger things that hit, those bigger things that we look into shadow work with, you get these huge aha moments. And you go, wait a second, that's cool. Wow, I didn't even realize. I never even thought of it that way. What the cool is when you get the big aha moments, they don't come with a lot of pain. They don't come with a lot of issues. It's just a really big realization and a letting go. And then you sit back and you go, oh, wait a second, that was cool. Why didn't I do that? Why wasn't I able to see that differently so long ago? And the reason is because we have a core issue. We all have core issues. But those core issues are really hard to get to when we cover them up with so many other things. Because we don't want to essentially get to the core issue. Why? Because that core issue is where the injury happened. That core issue is when the very first thing happened that changed your whole outlook of life. And we protect that. Like there is no other. We protect those core issues. Why? Because we don't want to feel that again. We don't want to remember that. We don't want to experience it. We don't want to share it. We want to forget it, hide it, bury it, put it away. What we don't realize is that what we've done after that is created a bunch of obstacles in front of it. And each one of those obstacles is an issue you need to let go. Because each one of those obstacles is what's stopping you from having the life that you want. Now, you may be perfect and go, oh my God, I'm living my dream life. I have nothing going on. Awesome. I love that for you. Love that for you. But for the most of us, we got some crap. But it's really cool because when you go through this and you work through this all the time, and really, honestly, it gets to the point where you don't realize you're working on it. You're just going, why is that about me? Oh, wow, that's cool. Let it go and keep going. It's a moment in time. So that all of a sudden, when you get that feeling of I'm stuck and I don't know what's going on, and I think I've dealt with everything, it's really cool because that's when Spirit's going to give you the core issue. And that's when you're going to go, wow, okay, got to deal with that. It's not nearly as painful. It's not nearly as hard. You don't have to remember all the details. You don't have to remember crap. You're just looking at, wow, that's what altered my life. That's what altered my thinking. And now I can release that because I recognize that is what shifted me into all the negative thoughts and all the negative actions and all the body armors I put on top of me. Now, guys, this isn't something that goes, hey, magic wand and it happens instantly. This takes time. This is a hot moment to get through all that. But trust me when I say you can do it. Trust me when I say it's not as difficult as you may think it is. So take it day by day, moment by moment, thought by thought, conversation by conversation. Because it's really the only way you can do it. Because I will tell you, as much as we say that shadow work helps, and it does, it doesn't help as much as it can. Because your shadow work is being done based on your thoughts of today, your understandings of today. And the problem is, when you are being a negative Nancy, and you are thinking things in a negative way, and you don't have the wisdom, that'll be redundant. You don't have the wisdom to have all the understanding. Yeah, you get to do the initial shadow work, and it's awesome, trust me. It's painful, it's awful, so you cry a lot, you release a lot, and it's pretty cool. But you'll have to do it again. Because you're going to have to do it with a mindset of releasing all the other little things. So you have a deeper, better understanding to go deal with those core issues. And that's why you get a lot of people going, I thought I dealt with that. Again, very small way. So take it day by day, conversation by conversation, and feeling by feeling. Deal with it initially. Deal with it right away. It takes a moment and let it go. Allow yourself to change every single day. Allow to let somebody call you a liar. Because how you feel today is not how you felt yesterday. And how you look at something today is not how you looked at it yesterday. And in a week, you'll be a hypocrite because you dealt with more stuff and more understanding. And you go, I know I said it that way, but you know what? It's not. I dealt with more crap. It's not how it was. It's a curse of forever growth and forever understanding, getting to that conscious awareness that we're all trying to get to. This is just one step on it. So hopefully that all made sense to you guys. If not, I'm sure Spirit will bring it up again. For now, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to do our 5-card stud with our Priestess Oracle deck. Let's see you in a few.
Explore your higher consciousness with the Edge Media platform. We're a multimedia platform dedicated to connecting curious teachers and seekers in a safe, welcoming space. Dive into spiritual growth with our print magazine, digital content, podcasts, and in-person experiences. Whether you're seeking wisdom or sharing it, we're here to inspire and uplift your journey, here, there, and everywhere. Connect with us today. Join us at the Souls of Spirit Spiritual and Holistic Expos as a part of your spiritual awakening journey. Get ready for a day of enlightenment and exploration at one of our upcoming expos. Our events are where all things spiritual and holistic come to life. Experience a diverse range of vendors offering healing jewelry, natural products, and metaphysical merchandise. Immerse yourself in the mystical arts guided by mediums, psychics, and Reiki practitioners. Interact with energy healers and health professionals ready to provide rejuvenating services. Be one of the first 25 attendees and receive a fantastic gift bag full of treasures from participating vendors. Bring your loved ones along. These family-friendly events have something special for everyone. The $5 entry fee includes educational speakers and up to 40 vendor booths. Mediumship group gallery is just $25. Free expo admission for those under 12 or showing military ID. Find out more about upcoming events in North, South Dakota, and Montana at soulsofspiritexpos.com.
Hey everybody, welcome back. This is DeEtte, your School Through Spirit with the Edge Network, coming to you with our 5-card stud, and this is the Priestess Oracle. I'm loving this, the case of it. Loving the case of it. Opening it. Oh my gosh. I feel like I have to be more careful opening this one just because I know how the case is. Now look how beautiful that is. You can see how gorgeous. Even without the cellophane, it's just beautiful. Now there's no extra words, Oliver. Oh my God, it's super soft though. Just a loop. It's all in there. So we're going to open this empty box. I do like the box, so I won't even lie. I like the box. Let's see what it says. Oh, it's how the cards that way. Huh. Now I'm curious. Oh no, it's an extra card. This card, look at the back. Egyptian, gorgeous. It says, "May I be blessed by my own grace today." Oh my gosh, may I be blessed by my own grace today. I love that. I love that. So I'm like all over the place, looking to see if I'm missing any comments anywhere, any concerns, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's get back into this. So let's look at the deck. Let's look at the book. You know what? Not a bad book. Itty bitty pictures. Itty bitty pictures. But you know what? They're still color. They're small, but they are crisp. You might need a magnifying glass for the details, but they are there. Like this one says, Osiris, death and rebirth, transformation and resurrection. Very cool. And then it does have some blurbs about the card, which I like. It does have a ritual and repeat this prayer activation out loud. So pretty in-depth little book. It's a tiny book. It's not big. It's something you can definitely throw in a purse, in a back pocket, in the console of your car, and take with you if this is a deck you really like. So I do like that aspect. Let's get the binding off. Oh my gosh. I have to do it different because I can't rip the binding. I do like the fact that if I ever develop cards, they will have that gold binding. I love that. I do love the imagery, guys. I do love the imagery. It's gorgeous imagery. Look at that. They did that gold embossing. I don't even know. Beetle. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. What is it? It's a beetle. Beautiful. So far I'm liking them. I'm liking the imagery. It does have that. This is like on the ink, and then it does have like some words underneath it. If you can read Egyptian, there's words down the side of it. I don't think they're just decoration. I honestly probably believe they're Egyptian words, Egyptian writing. So what's 5-card stud? 5-card stud is where we are bringing out this amazing deck, and we are doing a reading with it. Okay. Why do we do this? We pick a different deck every week to do the reading on. Why? Because this way I can do the reading for you, to see if you even like the deck. Do you even like it? So often we are now, we used to be able to go to stores and kind of play a little bit. And there are some stores you can still do that with. But for the most part, we're buying things online and we're not really getting a chance to look at it. We're going, oh, that sounds good. And we buy it and then we get home and we're like, maybe not so much. And you can't really return it at that point. So you got all these decks and you're going, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with any of these? Which is okay. But to me, it's a lot of wasted time and money. So I chose to create something where I get the deck, I read for you guys the deck, and let's see if you like it. Let's see if it's something you want to explore. Let's see if it's a deck that you're like, hey, that really resonates with me, and I want that deck. Okay. So that's why we pick a different deck every week for our 5-card stud. Although the 5-card stud never changes, I'm going to pick 5 cards, numbered 1 through 5. Within those cards, I'm going to read each one. Okay. Your part of the reading is you get to pick a number 1 through 5. That one card is for you for some guidance. Now, if you feel you need more than one card, that's fine. Pick more. I don't care. I'm not in your presence to go, oh my God, she picked them all. She can't do that. No, if you want to pick them all, go for it. That's fine. But just to let you know, as soon as I'm done reading all 5 cards individually, I'm going to read them as a whole reading. Okay, which I love, which you can also take back. Now, if you're really brave at heart and you have a lot of issues and you need a lot of guidance, write down your issues. Put numbers next to them. Get a little bit of guidance for each one of them. Know that you can always come back to this in the podcast form, guys, because yes, I am live right now, but it is on a network called the Edge Network. And you can go to the Edge Network podcast to find the show again. Share it with your friends, please. If by chance you're not on Podbeam or one of those places that we stream to, go to my YouTube at DeEtte72 because it's also there. Okay, guys? Here we go. I think we shuffled enough. I think I finally got the bleeding stuff on my finger. You know what's really cool about this? It's shaped like a half moon. How cool is that? So card number 1 is Isis. Ooh, of course we would start with Isis. I love Isis. Magic, divine sovereignty, and transformation. I love that. I'm going to go to magic and transformation. Don't ask me why. Those are the 2 words I'm going to. Why? Because probably because I'm looking at her, then I'm looking at her wings. I'm looking at a lot of different layers here. Now, I do understand that that is Isis as a whole, but I'm kind of looking at the woman sitting there first, and then all the layers that are on her and or around her. Okay. And this is what I feel for card number 1 is that, you know what, you're at this place, and this place makes me feel like you're stuck. Like you're going, I don't know if I'm coming. I don't know if I'm going. I don't know what to do with my life. That type of a feeling because you just feel stuck. Nothing's coming to mind. You just don't know how to get over this, what feels like a mountain in front of you. And that's okay. You're supposed to be there. Just take some deep breaths and relax. You are going through a transformation. This might be a big one. This might be a small one. You're just going through it. And that's okay. We go through lots of transformations, guys. You know what? You've got lots of experience because you've done this before. This is just the next one. Okay. This one does feel like it's going to come with some letting go of people or situations. It feels like that kind of a transformation. This isn't just change of thought. This is change of other things in your life also. Okay. And it's quite beautiful because when you start to look at yourself and you stop and you go, oh, I'm going to contemplate this for 5 minutes. I'm going to think about it. And then I'm going to start letting things go. What's going to happen is you're going to allow people to walk out of your life also. Sorry for that one, but it's the truth. Card number 2. Uh-oh. Of course this would come after that one. Pandora's box. Okay. It says Pandora's box. I'm going to read this whole thing because I'm like, oh, Pandora's box. Divine magic, divine miracles, soul gifts, mysteries unlocked. When aligned with in the Metatron's frequency of purity, divine will, and alignment to the coherent frequency of light, Pandora's box reveals the infinite gifts, miracles, and soul classes. That's better. Soul powers you were always meant to unlock, allowing you to open up the real multidimensional Heka magic of life. Now, to me, that's really interesting because when I see Pandora's box, I'm like, wait for the chaos. Wait for the chaos. Because if you pick card number 2, you got chaos everywhere. Like you have released Pandora's box. You went, oh shit, can I stuff this back in? Oh my God, what's going on? But Pandora's box gets a negative viewpoint. Okay, it does every time. What the Pandora's box is you've released, you've let go. You've allowed the crap to go away. Yeah, it's chaos. Why? Because all of these pieces you don't need are going away. That's what the box is. But what's coming back to you are gifts. Everything you've wanted is coming back to you. But you have to go through the crap to get there. Okay? So if you pick number 2, yeah, there's a lot of chaos going on around you. There's a lot of crap that you want to cry almost every day to. That's okay, darling. Start to look at it. This is a blessing for you. Stop trying to hold all those pieces because you've let them go. Stop trying to hold on to them. Stop trying to put them back in the box and just let it go. Let it go. Let it go someplace else because it's not something you want to hold on to. Card number 3. Magdalene's Rose. Magdalene's Rose. Ancient lineage, sublime devotion, and divine love. Isn't that gorgeous? When I'm looking at this card, I'm seeing you blossom. If you pick card number 3, I'm seeing you blossom. I'm seeing you really start to unfold and start to release. And that's a real cool thing because what is a rose or any flower? Before it blooms, what is it? You don't really get the beauty of it. You don't get it's beautiful in its own, but you don't get the scent, you don't get the aromas, you don't get the beauty, you don't get the true magic. This is showing me that you will really start to open up. You're starting to allow things to happen. You're coming out of the tail end of the crap you've been in. Just going to put it out there. It's at the tail end. You're going, oh my God, when is this ever going to quit? Well, it's almost there. It's almost there. Why? Because you're blossoming, you're opening up, and you're allowing your full magic to occur. Okay? Allow yourself to keep going. Allow yourself to keep going to realize that, you know what? Because you are at the tail end of it. All you have to do is let a few more things go. And what's going to happen is this is going to completely bloom and better things are going to come to you. Okay? You're almost there. Let it keep going. Card number 4. Diamond Dimensions. Diamond Dimension. I like this deck so far. Christ, light, crystal consciousness, and divine love. Diamond Dimensions. This card is amazing. Because if you pick card number 4, you're sitting in a place that you've never sat before. Why? Because you're really looking at things from a different angle now. You've let go of the old way of thought. You've let go of the old way of doing things. And you're going, I just don't see it that way anymore. But you're still sitting in a place where it's with your old thoughts. Okay? So this card is showing me that the next part of the shift is happening. It's kind of like when you go to clean out your closet, when you finally realize you got stuff from 3 decades ago, and you're going, you know what? Why am I keeping all this stuff? And you just start cleaning the closet and you start to donate everything. And really what's left is very few items, but you feel so much better and like you have so much more because now you can find the few items that really still work for you. And you've gotten rid of the rest. Why? Because you've gotten out of the thought process that you need all of it. And this is what this card is telling you, is that you finally have shifted. You're finally to that point where I don't need all this. This is just literally been cluttering my path. So you're clearing your path to allow yourself to further on. And the last card, Anubis. Transition, divine protection, divine protection, and safe passage. When I first looked at this card, I was like, wow, this is a card. This is a card. So many people are afraid of this guy. Why? Why? Because he literally, in ancient cultures, this is the being that you meet when you die. And he takes you to the path. And people go, oh my God, I don't want to see him because that means death. But really, he's giving safe passage is what he's doing. He's making sure he's there when your soul exits the body and gets you to where you need to be. It's a safe passage for a transition. Again, not death. The body, yes. The soul, no. And all he's doing is transitioning you. He's helping you do what you need to do for you in a safe way. And this is what that card is telling you, is that even though you're going through all this and all this feels really scary and unknown territory and you don't know if you're coming or going, you're safe. You've got guides there that are helping you with it. There's a reason why in your mind you're going, I'm not feeling this so much. Because you're not supposed to be there anymore. And the transformation is beginning. It's already happening. All you have to do is follow this guy and allow yourself to finish that transformation. Well, don't follow him. That's the aftermath. But follow your guides. So card number 1 was Isis. Card number 2 is Pandora's Box. 3 is Magdalene's Rose. 4 is a Diamond Dimension. And 5 is Anubis. Now, when I'm looking at this week, this week just tells me that you're out there and you're thinking and you're creating and you're probably going, yeah, enough is enough. Enough is enough. I'm not doing this anymore. And you are releasing Pandora's Box. I'm going to tell you that's going to happen before anything. You are going to open that box of glory and let it go. Now, when you do this, make sure this is what you want to do. Why? Because when you release it, there is no putting anything back in. There is no 5 minutes later going, oh my God, I wish I had not done this. There's no doing that. Why? Because there's not enough I'm sorry's to bring these people or these things back into your life. There's just not. So make sure when you're ready to release Pandora's Box, you're ready for the gifts that are going to come to you, which is a new way of being. And that's what this week's about. It's about you releasing the old way of life. It's an old way of thought, old way of everything. and allowing new to come in because this is your time of transformation. Guys, we're going into spring a little bit earlier. Why? Because the groundhog came up and said, we are going to have spring a little earlier. That's why we're having nice days. That's why we're getting spoiled. Allow yourself to clean your closets, not just the physicals, but the metaphorical, the mental, all of those, and allow that stuff to go. Why? Because you are going to transition. And with it, by the end of the week, you're going to start feeling a lot lighter. Is there going to be chaos? There's going to be a lot of chaos. And that's okay. Why? Because you're safe, you're guided. It's come to this point for a reason, because something on the other side has said, it's time for you to do this. So allow yourself to grow. Allow yourself to grow. I like these cards. I love these cards. I will tell you, I love these cards. The imagery. Is it a little messy with the eyes of the gold? Yes, but I don't think I'd be reading these with bright lights on me, okay? If I'm doing this in normal lighting, these are going to be a lot easier to see. I do love them. Why? Because amazing imagery, a lot of things you can pick up off the images. It's very simplistic in the writings, and I love that. It's giving you a different point of view. This is a deck I would tell people to go run after. Just so you know, this is a deck I'd go get the deck. And they showed up on my desk. I'm so happy they showed up on my box. Can't even tell you how happy I am for that, because I'm ecstatic. So where's DeEtte this week? Oh, remember, the Priestess Oracle. This is the Divine Light Codes of Ancient Egypt. This is, you can go to earthmoonmagic.com, Earth Moon Magic, and magic is magick.com to find this deck. You can probably go to Amazon too. There you go. Here's the cover, just so you get the full view. This is what it looks like wherever you find it at. I love this deck. I won't even lie. I really like this deck. So where's DeEtte this week? Number one, DeEtte is teaching at Earth Song Books and Gifts in Janesville, Wisconsin on Sunday, the 22nd. That is my beginner's class from 10 to 5. Now, the cool thing about this is, even though we have got amazing weather right now, I mean, we're hitting like 60 today. We're going to be in the high 50s the next few days. It's awesome. And you're going to go, I'm going to do all these things this weekend. Probably not. Why? Because we're dropping into the 30s come Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we're going back to some cold days. So you know what? Don't think you're getting your rake out yet. So just come see me. Come see me. Sign up with me in this class. You can either PM me through Facebook, which is Bear Bear. You can send me a message. You can email me at medium@DeEtteRanae.com. Or, guys, you can go to my website. It's live. It's live at DeEtteRanae.com. It's DeEtteRanae.com. And you can literally send me a message. Now, do not hit the, for this class, this beginner's class that I'm doing Monday or Sunday, do not hit the link on the website. That's my online course. Number one, you're going to pay double plus for that online course. Why? Because it's online. It takes 2 months. It takes a while. The in-person course here is only $100. It's pretty easy. Come see me. It's a $100 course in person, one day, 10 to 5 on a Sunday. You bring your drinks, you bring your snacks. You can bring lunch if you want to eat there with us, or you can walk away from the facility and go eat. There's a lot of close places, really, really close. But again, this is really inexpensive at $100. And yes, we are going to be chilly still this weekend. So it's a great time to just come sit with me on Sunday. Go to the early service of church, come see me at 10. Other than that, we're doing good. My schedule is open for readings. You can go back online and book with me, which is super awesome. People can find me again. Again, that's DeEtteRanae.com. Go check out the new website. Still going to get tweaked a little bit. Still, it's not tweaked yet, but it's live. It's live. We're back out. So you guys have a great day. This has been DeEtte here on School Through Spirit. Have a magical week. See you soon, guys. Bye-bye.
There are psychic mediums, but there is nothing like DeEtte. Let's face it, we all struggle time and again. But if you seek the clarity you deserve, then you need to seek DeEtte. As a master teacher, DeEtte studied under international psychic medium Lisa Williams. Together, they not only help DeEtte better tap into spirit, but also build a long-lasting relationship. So many psychics tell us what we want to hear, and that just won't cut it with DeEtte. She tells you what you need to hear. No sugarcoating here. To book a reading with DeEtte is simple. Just visit her website, DeEtte.us. That's DeEtte.us. And follow the Yellow Brick Road to connect with DeEtte. Don't just sit there and ponder those questions. Ask them and let DeEtte guide you every step of the way. You need insight now, and DeEtte can help. Just visit DeEtte.us. That's DeEtte.us.